am Cecilia Pisano. I am a speech-language pathologist and owner of Amplify Speech Therapy. Today, I'd like to share some exercises with you that are really important for people with Parkinson's disease. Facial expressions are complex signals that communicate emotions. But with Parkinson's, we know that a common symptom is the decreased expression and what we call a mask-like facial appearance. One study completed in 2022 found that people with Parkinson's demonstrate less expression of happiness, surprise, or even neutral emotions. Because there's less blinking with Parkinson's, a lot of times people were perceived as staring or having more negative emotions, such as hostility or anger. As you can imagine, this can lead to misunderstandings in conversations. It can also impair relationships. And so it's important to convey our communication in a way that is in line with how we're actually feeling. That's the goal of these exercises today. But if you want to learn more about facial expressions and how that is impacted by Parkinson's disease, I would recommend my blog on this. I have a whole blog devoted to this on amplifyspeechtherapy.com. So let's get to the good stuff. I'm going to show you some facial expressions to help combat this mask-like facial appearance. The goal is not with these exercises so much to build muscle, but to bring awareness, to improve blood circulation, to decrease stiffness, become more aware of what it is our face is doing when we're having a conversation. Feel free to return to this video at any time. It's a resource to you. It's difficult enough to make these expressions in front of a mirror by ourselves, so that's the other benefit is you have somebody who's willing to make those silly faces with you. I would recommend completing these exercises daily when you start, and then as you start to get better at them, continuing a few times a week would be good, and then once a week if you feel like you really mastered the impact that you want to have with facial expressions in your conversations in everyday life. One other important note I want to make when you do these exercises is to exaggerate. These exercises are meant to be used in their fullest expression. So if you can exaggerate these movements, knowing that this is not really how you're going to convey a look of surprise or a smile, it's really just to get comfortable with what your maximum range of motion is when you do smile. From that, you can decide what feels like a more appropriate smile, what feels comfortable and right for you for the moment. I'll lead you through them and encourage you to do them with me. And we'll do 5 repetitions of each exercise and hold each one for 5 seconds. So we're going to start with the brows, and we're going to do a raised eyebrow, and this is meant to convey emotions such as surprise, questioning, curiosity, maybe even mild disapproval. But we'll use the eyebrows for a lift, hold it for 5 seconds, rest, and then do 5 of those. So to start, let's get going. We're going to raise the eyebrows and relax, and do that again. Relax again. Remember, we're going for the fullest expression. So it might seem exaggerated, and it is. Again, lift, lift, lift as much as you can. You want to wake up those muscles. Let's do one more. Great job. Okay, so now we're going to go to a knit brow or a furrowed brow. This can communicate thinking, worry, anger, confusion. I find this one the hardest to do. I don't know why, but we're just going to kind of bring the brow together, hold for 5 seconds, and relax. And do that again. Think about exaggeration. I mentioned this was hard for me. We're going to go 3 more. Knit, 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 knit. I'm saying that for myself. And relax. 2 more. Furrow that brow. Good. 1 more. relax. Okay. We're going to move to the eyes, and for the first one, we're going to open the eyes as wide as we can and hold it for 5 seconds. So let's start. You might do, okay, let's go again. You might get a little bit of brow involvement. That is completely okay. Many of these facial expressions really don't happen in isolation, so that is completely normal. So let's do another eyes wide open, as wide as you can go. This is 3, and rest. We've got 2 more of these. And rest. 1 more. Great. Okay, so the wide eyes obviously convey surprise, could be sarcasm, could be fear. Let's go to closing the eyes tightly. This closing the eyes is using this exercise in exaggeration, right? But we do crinkle our eyes when we smile. So we're trying to exaggerate, but use that muscle, those muscles that help with the closing of the eyes to correlate with smiling with our eyes, and disagreement or confusion are other ways that we sort of create a squinting. But because we're going for the full expression, we're going to close the eyes tightly. So I'll count for us. Let's close together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. And again, close, 4, 5, and rest. You can open. And now let's do another closure. 4, 5, and rest. 2 more. Close. And open. 1 more. Close tightly and rest. You can open. Okay, so we're moving to the mouth. We're going to start with a broad smile. So again, exaggerate. This may not be your everyday smile, but we just want to exaggerate, wake up, and just experiment with what is full range of motion. So give me your biggest smile and hold it for 5 seconds. Great. Again. Relax again. Okay, again. Relax, we've got 1 more. Let's go. Great. Okay, so our smile, obviously, happiness, joy, delight, amusement. We're going to do the opposite of the broad smile with a lip pucker. Okay, so the pucker is bringing the lips together, also a pursed lips, really important for conveying tension, frustration, disapproval, anger. But I will say the other important thing about lip closure is if anyone's having any difficulty with loss of saliva, it might be because with lax jaw and lips, you're finding that your mouth is slightly open throughout the day without much awareness. So we want to bring some awareness of these muscles, improve their strength, and maybe even decrease on leakage if we've got good awareness of how to create a closed lip posture. So we're going to pucker the lips, close them tightly, hold it for 5 seconds. Relax. And do that again. Great. So let's do another pucker. Good. 2 more to go. Pucker. Okay, last one. Great. Okay. So I've got just one more for you. It is a jaw exercise. It is not really a facial expression exercise, but I am including it because I think it's really important for lots of things. Two main ones: speech and chewing. If anyone's done any voice therapy, you might remember that they often teach you to do a vocalization ah. You might have gotten some feedback about opening the jaw a little bit more. So normally when you do that exercise, you want a nice relaxed opening, but we're going to take this a step further and go for the maximum opening. This is helpful in the sense that, again, if we want to just waken those muscles and increase our awareness of what our jaw is doing. If you find yourself sort of talking with decreased mouth opening, it starts to sound muffled. So we want to get more comfortable with opening more so that the sounds come out, the voice is more resonant. The other benefit is with chewing. If you're having any difficulty with chewing solids, you know that the first step to swallowing is chewing thoroughly. So if you're not comfortable with, or you're not getting full opening of your jaw when you're chewing, then you're gonna have minimized chewing efficiency. We're gonna open the jaw, hold it for 5 seconds. I've got another note. If you have any TMJ, I'd like you just to back off and do what feels comfortable. You may not get that full opening. Just go to what feels comfortable with you. If you have any clicking that persists, then you might also want to talk to a specialist about the TMJ. So we're gonna open for 5 seconds and hold it for 5 seconds. You're ready, let's go. And relax and open. Relax, open. Open again. Great, last one. All right, we've done it. We've done 7 exercises that will help with facial expression. Now, I would recommend, as I mentioned, you want to practice these exercises in isolation, but then also put them all together. When you use the mirror, sit down and think about, well, what is my ideal smile? Not your full expression, exaggerated smile. Incorporate your eyes in your smile, right? So put all these isolated exercises together to find the right expression for you. You can practice surprise, you can practice disbelief, you can practice joy, enthusiasm. So there's no limit on where you can take these, and they need to be personalized to you. So spend some time in the mirror and figuring out what that is. But to get there, you really want to find what your maximum range of motion is and get that feedback for how you're being perceived. And that way your expression will be in line with how you're actually feeling. I want to thank you for joining me in these facial exercises, for being willing to make goofy faces with me. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out at amplifyspeechtherapy.com. I am always a resource to everyone. It's important to me to help people find their voice and to live their fullest life.